December for the public, closed community early October. Now cheers, mate!
Rell Seas. Now where do I begin? The most glazed upcoming One Piece Roblox game on the internet that we still can't play. And I take some of the blame too. There genuinely were times where I was glazing Rell Seas a little too much. Back when the game was first announced to come out in December 2024, you were probably sleeping, expecting Rell Seas to come out when you woke up. You raised your PC just to see Rell Seas is delayed for 2025. You don't end up too sad, because how badly can they delay the game? Maybe February or even March 2025. Little did you know, a whole year passes by. Then you wake up today, December 2025, and some of you are still optimistic the Rell Seas will release. With every passing day, you wake up, get on your PC just to see this. Yes, but the release of Rell Seas has become pure fiction. If you told me at the start of 2025 that we'd be entering 2026 without the game, I would think you're insane. And now I do understand how hard it is to make a game. Don't be saying,
"Oh, you've never made a game."
I even started making my own brain on game, and it's looking buns, so we'll get there. Making a game, especially one with Rell Seas qualities, it does take time. However, this is not just a Rell Seas problem, this is a whole platform problem. Do you remember Holy War X movie? Basically the last real news about the game. Well, that was 8 months ago, and I'm pretty sure Alpharex, the owner, said 2025 was gonna be the release for sure, but only after a few more movies about the game. But I don't know how he plans to do that, because we got nothing since then. So let's do the math. Let's just assume it takes 10 months to make a single movie, and he plans 3 or 4 of them before the actual release. That's 3 years. The math ain't mathing. I think I get it now. 2028 is gonna be the best year, just a little more patience. Remember Beyond then? Yeah, that Hunter x Hunter game that was promised to us by the end of July, and there also had hella people waiting for 5 years. Well, guess what? If you said the game released, you'd be wrong, because it's still not out. Apparently, salted devs on Roblox who actually have rights to the anime threatened to remove their game as soon as they posted it. And that might or might not be true, we genuinely will never know. But that's what they said. That's the thing with every upcoming Roblox game. There's always something popping up again and again. When we think the game is so close, the devs wait for the last day of the month they promised to release in just to tell us this. Now, we don't know if every single dev is telling the truth, we just can't know. Because let's be real, the credibility is getting lower and lower with every single delay. But are you really trying to tell me that if you do know it's not coming out anytime soon, you wait for the last day to ruin the hopes of everyone who waited for the whole month? Like bro, if you're gonna say that instead of just releasing the game, what made you say it was gonna release in July? Now, I understand things can come up, but if you do know it's not coming out anytime soon, why would you wait for the last day to ruin the hopes of everyone who actually waited for the whole month? Just say it in a week after it got confirmed, or be reasonable with your release date in the first place, which I know won't happen because it's Roblox devs we're talking about. But I can actually understand why all the devs for all these games say an unreasonable release date for the game. It's to actually farm hype on the game. Because think about it like this, if you saw a video on YouTube like this Demon Slayer game comes out in 2 to 3 years and forget, versus this Demon Slayer game releases next month. You tell me, which one will you be hyped more about? Now, there's a downside to this. People will think you fake your release dates, and the game will never come out, which is honestly valid. You know, I respect when a game just appears out of nowhere and releases in a week, which has been Roblox and Rune Slayer's first release. I won't actually be that judgmental if the game is buns, because who actually cares? I'm not even invested in it. But imagine waiting for years for any of your favorite games to come out, and delay after delay, it somehow releases, but it's buns. Then I would low-key be the D1 hater. Now, I know Rell Seas at least won't be buns, because however much the game gets delayed, we see massive improvements in the game with every year. They're probably actually working on the game, unlike some devs, but can't perfect it enough in time for it to release this year. That's not the main problem we're talking about. The main problem is they sugarcoat the release date every single time, instead of saying the game will release soon. Even though that might sound better, it still has a downside. People won't be hyped for the game like it's releasing anytime. And I think they've realized that since they didn't say in the apology, 2026 for sure, guys. You don't see that anywhere here. They never mentioned when Rell Seas will release next year, but not gonna lie, Rell Seas better release early next year, cause we honestly done waiting. What's funny is there's people who were in middle school when Rell Seas got announced, and now they're graduating high school, like bro. And after waiting for all these years, you know what makes it even worse? The way these games handle their testing and monetization. What I'm the most annoyed about is the way upcoming Roblox anime games handle testing. And I'm not talking about Rell Seas, I'm talking about how it's become a norm to instead of actually having people test the game, looking for bugs, balancing patches and improvements, Every single game must cost money, first of all. So let me explain this. You have to pay them to test their game. Like, bro, make it make sense. And the testers they select in the games, I swear, they're not even testing. Because there's no way they haven't pointed out how absolutely terrible some of these games are to the devs. Or maybe the devs are just stuff like that and just don't care. It's honestly just become a way for developers to farm quick money. And they're not doing anything to actually test the game. Now, I'm not talking about Rell Seas, I'm not trying to glaze, but they actually take time with that. On top of that, this is Roblox. Let me repeat. There's no way someone actually pays to test a Roblox game other than maybe Rell Seas. And I don't want to throw out names, but remember that game Ninja? Well, if I'm not wrong, that used to be $100 to have the privilege to test their game. That has disappeared for a year now, and the game ain't even all that. Well, what's a better way to spend $100 than on a Roblox game that goes silent and disappears for a year? Like, bro. Now, one of the main reasons for Rell Seas is still not here is testing. They're hella slow with testing. If I'm not wrong, they plan multiple test waves, bringing more and more select players to test the game with each one. Rell Seas is still not in full closed community testing because, according to them, they're taking time perfecting the game, which is fine. You actually want the devs to care about testing, unlike every other enemy Roblox devs, but it's taking so much time. The game was promised to us near the end of 2024, and yes, I can see massive improvements with every year, but does that mean anything if I still can't play Rell Seas? I mean, all power to Rell Seas, it's still my favorite upcoming Roblox game, but the amount of time it's taking them to release the game is honestly sad. People are losing hope every single day. So many people are mad because of the 2026 delay after they were preaching a definite 25 release. And guess what they responded? With this gif that you've probably seen in this video. Honestly, I'm not even that mad. It's actually funny there were people hoping for Rell Seas this month just to be met with this goofy gif. Hey man, we all knew Rell Seas was not released in December. But it's not just them. I'm genuinely so annoyed by the current Roblox. Project Slayers 2 got delayed for next year. Holy for X. We genuinely don't even know what's going on with that game. And Rell Seas delayed as well. The funny thing about all these games, they're all gonna have a New Year's resolution, like every single one of these games had for the past 3 years, without missing a single year. I'm betting one Robux that there's gonna be an announcement in Rell Seas, Holy War X, Project Slayer, and every other upcoming games Discord that 2026 is gonna be the year, even though some have been pitched silent for 6 or more months. And whether they've been working on their game or not, might be questionable, but New Year's resolution guys. So what's next for Rell Seas? Will it ever release? When will it release? Well, it won't be this year for sure, but at the end of the day, Rell Birds are one of the few devs who actually plan to release the game one day and make it good. We still need Movie 3. I genuinely do not know what happened to Movie 3. I think we were promised Movie 3 at the beginning of this year, bro. I'm not even lying. I'm genuinely hoping that Movie 3 releases in the next month. Because if it doesn't, trust me, Rell Seas is gonna lose so much social credit, bro. Way more people are gonna start hating on Rell Seas than they have until now. Because the game has been delayed so many times, bro. And people are so fed up with it. Rell Seas is a good game, but it's been 10 years since it's been announced. There's genuinely people who were not born when Rell Seas was announced. And now, they're close to retiring. That's how long we've been waiting for Rell Seas. In their announcement, Wall lowered how mad I was that the game got delayed. They said that they have built nearly 5 seas. That's way more than Bloxworks. 33 plus islands. I'm not trying to glaze, but that's a lot of islands. Especially when they're high quality. Another interesting thing is that they said that their goal has always been non-linear and spawning into a random sea type of progression. Does that mean that there's gonna be 5 different seas in one massive map and you're gonna spawn in any one of those? I'm talking different biomes, different NPCs. Overall, just release the game. Anyways, tell me when y'all think the game's gonna release. I think personally that the game will release before April, because if they release it after that, it's gonna lose so much social credit, bro. The game's gonna lose so much aura. Also, make sure you like the video and subscribe. That is the best thing you can do to make sure this video gets pushed by the algorithm, and see you all in the next one.